Yes, it's working. Why, oh why, internet? Why, oh why? Hello, hello, everyone. I know that we're live now. I know that we have audio. I know that everything is working. I know that Linda was waiting. Hello, Linda. Hi, Trude. How's your little helper doing? I know that you have a little helper today. Welcome, welcome everyone. Time for a new A Layer a Day challenge, and it's the start of a new month. Well, I know we're already 5 days into the month, but yeah, we're changing the theme now. We're starting with a brand new theme today. I'm also going to pick the name of the very first person to win the very first A Layer a Day one-on-one with me. And it might, every time I say that, it sounds like so, I'm almost gonna say obnoxious. Hey, you're winning half an hour with me. That is not how I mean it, of course. You're winning half an hour with someone to whom you can ask all sorts of art channeling questions to. Let's put it that way. um, and it can be technical questions, it can be behind the scenes questions, it can be all sort of questions that are related to your art channeling experience, and we will be talking about that, you and me, one-on-one, 30 minutes in a Zoom session. And the time and date, of course, will be determined together. So that is what I have in petto for you. And then, as we are starting a new month, today I'm going to put down my very first layer of this very brand new week together with you. Now, it's not going to be something like super duper exceptional. As you know, normally I do this live on Saturday. This week I already had to postpone it to today, which is Sunday. There's a reason for that. It's family related. I'm not going to go into details here, but I'm already very glad that I made it, that I'm here, that I was able to do this live. So I'm gonna keep this demo pretty simple today and just put down my very first layer together with you. But hey, instead of saying what it is you're gonna do, just do it, right? That's what I always think when I look at a YouTube video. Why am I doing the same thing then? Why am I just just like everyone going like over all the details of what it is I'm going to do? I'm going to flip the camera. I have the names here of all the peeps who published their finalized spread. I've been putting them in there like each and every week. There's a couple of names that are a couple of times in there, so I'm very curious to see who is going to be our first winner. Let's flip the camera. Oh, that is not playing nice, but that's how it is. Normally there's like a mini me appearing here, which apparently, well, my system has decided not to do today, and I'm gonna keep it that way. Not gonna start fighting with the cameras now. Here are all the names, and some of these little pieces of paper have decided to really stay together. So let's get them all out there. So if you too want to have your name in here, all you need to do is publish your finalized spread within the A Layer a Day forum, and then we can have a go. Why is this so dark? Let's see if we can have a little bit more light. Ooh, like so. Okay, that's a little bit better. I should have put on my second spot as well. Here we go, and this, I'm not looking, Abigail. So Abigail, you win the very first A Layer a Day one-on-one. So these are all going to go back in here because of course I'm going to recycle those. So every time I need to re-put your name in the jar, I will be reusing these little pieces of paper that I will put in a different little jar so that I don't have names in there that do not belong in there. But for now, here we are back again. It is time for a new A Layer a Day challenge. I need to go back here so that I see who it is I'm talking to, which is you, beautiful butterfly. Okay, time for a new A Layer a Day challenge. Now, This month, it's a theme that has been inspired again by one of my beloved members, Trude. I'm talking to you. Woohoo! But I actually modified it a little bit because, as a huge fan of the Big Bang Theory, I thought we need to use that. We've never used that. We need to use that. And that is, if you know the Big Bang Theory, you know what it is I'm going to say next. String theory. We have never done anything with string theory. Now, hold your horses. I am not a physicist. Not theoretical, not applied physicist. I mean, I'm not a physicist. I don't understand anything about string theory or even about the Big Bang Theory. All I know is that we are living on a rock that is going shoo through space. That is all I know of physics. That's where it ends. But string theory, I thought there's so much that we can do with that. And what actually inspired this was Trude's challenge that she proposed. And she said, how about 6 degrees of separation, which is a theory. It's an existing theory. Now, I modified that a little bit, so hear me out. First of all, I want to explain to you what the 6 degrees of separations is. It's actually all about how small our little planet actually is, this little rock of ours. So the definition of the 6 degrees of separation is the theory that any person, I'm just reading it, as you can tell, I'm just reading it, is the theory that any person on the planet can be connected to any other person on the planet through a chain of acquaintances that has no more than 5 intermediaries. Now, this is a theory that stems from 1929. In the meantime, there's been some extra research on it. And what I thought interesting, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but in 2008, Microsoft actually did a very interesting experience using all the data that they have. A little bit creepy, but hey, they used it to connect 180 billion different pairs of people through their messenger database. And they discovered that it actually covers a chain of 6.6 hubs to connect 2 complete strangers over the planet. So someone knows someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone. Do that 6 times and you will have someone completely different that you actually know. So if that does that make sense? I'm not explaining it right. I understand I'm not explaining it right. Now, Facebook did the same kind of research in, what year was it? In 2016. Again, they have all the data to do that, and they discovered, now this is creepy. I think that this is creepy. They discovered that it actually takes no more than 3.5 people to connect 2 people from A to Z. So you take someone here, you take someone there, 2 persons that don't know one another, and it only takes a chain of 3.5 persons to actually connect those. Can you imagine? I think that is, well, okay, so that is the 6 degrees of separation. If you want to know more about it, you can look it up. Very interesting theory. But it all says that we are living in a small world. That is what it all boils down to. And I wanted to start with even smaller steps. Yes, you are 3 degrees, well, 3.5. According to Facebook, 3.5 degrees from Kevin Bacon. Yes, you are. I wanted to take that on a even more personal kind of level. And that is that we connect each and every day with people in so many different ways. And I wanted to have a look at that, at those degrees of separation, and have a look at the degrees of separation of all our own personalities. don't worry, at some point this is string theory, we're going to take it out in the world, but I wanted to start right at home with ourselves. We all have all these different roles. We are, and I'm taking just examples, a spouse, a professional, a client, a parent, a friend, and so on and so on. We all have these different roles that we play in life. You're not the same person when you're acting as a spouse than when you're acting as a friend. At least I hope for you that you're making some sort of difference there. And I wanted to see how all those relationships connect within you. What is that one thing that stays the same with all those connections? 6 degrees of separations, but within you and with the people that are actually surrounding you. I'm not gonna ask you to go and look who those 3.5 person are, Linda, that connect you to Kevin Bacon. I'm wondering, within you, all those personalities, how do they connect with the people around you? How do they interact? So how do you connect in all of those situations? This way, the day that you do meet Kevin Bacon, you will know how it is you connect with people. I think that could be very interesting. So 6 degrees of connectedness. That is our challenge this week. 6 degrees of connectedness. How it is that you connect between all those different personalities with all those different people around you and personalities within you. We all have those. All of us. When I'm talking to you, I'm talking in a completely different way than when I'm talking to my boys here. Luckily for you and for me. Nonetheless, I'm still the same person. So how do I connect with you as I do connect with my boys here at home? So 6 degrees of connectedness. That is what we're going to have a look at this week. That was a very long explanation. Don't worry, not all the challenges are going to be this complicated this month. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to hold it up myself, right? But for now, let's grab a journal and let's put down a layer. Now, of course, this is not the right journal. I need my A Layer a Day journal, and that is this one. And I'm going to put down a layer. So I already have an idea of how I want to represent this in my journal. The thing is, when I start, my journal is going to take over and guide me as to how I should be putting it down. But for now, I'm still the one in charge, so I can still pick how it is I can put it down. And the thing that I want to do, I want to start like super duper simple and easy. I'm going to combine 2 things, being some Distress Oxides in pads, and let's grab a color. You know what? I'm gonna flip the camera so that you can actually see what it is I'm doing. There we are. And like I said, I'm not gonna sit and fight with the cameras now. What color am I gonna? Oh yes, no, yeah, maybe. And I want some neutral colors here. I want like some old paper kind of color, like yeah, here it is, old paper. I'm going to start with those and yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna activate it with some Distress Oxide spray as well as some water, and this is where I realize that my water bottle is empty, so I'm gonna have to cheat and put just this little bit of water in there. Can I do this? Can I pull it off? Yes, I can. I am not afraid of doing this on camera. I can master this. There we go. Up, and there was water again in the little spray. There we go. I'm just gonna apply some of that on my table, spray some water on top of it, spray some Distress Oxide, and I'll swipe my journal into it. And that will be my very first layer. And then from there, I can start and play. Ooh, That is a very yellowish old paper. The Distress Ink old paper wasn't as greenish from what I remember. But there we go, it is what it is. And now for the fun part, here we go. Ooh, and meanwhile you can have a little view of this older spread in my journal. There we go. Ooh, those are very soft colors. Okay, getting my cloth at the ready, just in case. Yes, very soft colors indeed. Now I'm trying not to get ink all over on the other side because I do have ink on my hand. Okay, let's see what we have here. I think that this is like really too soft. Yeah, this is really, really soft. Let's heat set this and see what we have. We do have some interesting thingy things in here. That is what I like. Okay, this is going to be too soft, so I'm going to add a little bit more spray to that to intensify just a little bit. Because for what I want to do next, I actually need some color on there. I am actually going to look for little dots of connectedness in the color that I have in my journal. What do we have here? Peeled paint. That is going to be a little bit too blue, but I do have some Victorian velvet. No idea what color that is. Never used it. That is going to be too blue. I have some hickory smoke. Let's do that. Now I do need to protect the rest of my journal. Oh, look at those yummy colors. Ooh. Doesn't take much to make one happy sometimes. There we go. There we go. I'm trying to be quick here. Hop, hop, hop. Protecting the journal, and off we go. And I'm gonna try to preserve this because I really like that. Ooh, that is okay. I thought that that was gonna be like a really softer color, but it's not. And you know what? That's okay too. Trying not to drown the journal. And there we go. Now this is always a fun part with Distress Oxide. It's when you actually start drying it that things are happening. When you look at it this way, not that interesting. But then when it starts drying, that is when the fun begins. I'm gonna try to soften this down just a little bit, because I'm not really feeling that color. And yes, my heat gun is dying on me. I need this to be dry before I can do my next step. So this is the least interesting thing, and that is why we do a layer a day, so that we don't have to sit here and wait while it's drying. Good enough. So what I want to do now is first of all select a marker that will work, and then I just want to go in and select a couple of thingy things that I think are interesting, like this one, and I do like this area. So I'm trying to have something that will represent my different personalities, and then I'm going to start playing with those and give those some interest. I have something going on here which I think is interesting, like so. Ooh, this area here, like right here. And as you can see, I'm not really overthinking things. I'm just going in, just following it. Because even if at this point I don't really know what it is I'm doing, at some point my journal is gonna make it like super duper clear. And I want to do, like I said at the beginning, I really like this area. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but it's interesting. Now, I'm gonna start doing things with these little marks, but I'm not gonna do that here. I'm gonna do that with my members. If you're one of my members, you know what is happening now. We're switching over to the forum, the members forum, and we're going to continue to put down a layer a day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to switch the camera. I forget that you cannot see me today because the second camera was not playing along with the first one, but that's okay too. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm looking forward to see what it is you will be doing with the new challenge, 6 degrees of connectedness, which is based on the idea or the theory of 6 degrees of separations. You can look that one up if you want to know more about it. See you on the... I was going to say something that no longer exists. See you on the forum. And if you need the link to my app, it's in the description of this video. Don't forget to put down a layer a day in a mindful way. Butterfly kisses.